Unlocking Minds. The Art of Persuasive Communication. Book Introduction. In today's interconnected world, the ability to persuade others is a crucial skill. Whether you're convincing a client to buy your product, negotiating a deal, or simply trying to win over friends and colleagues, mastering the art of persuasive communication can significantly impact your success. Unlocking Minds, the art of persuasive communication delves into the fascinating realm of psychological techniques behind effective persuasion. This comprehensive guide offers insights, strategies, and practical tips to empower you to influence others ethically and effectively. From understanding cognitive biases to leveraging emotional appeals, each chapter equips you with valuable tools to navigate the intricate landscape of human communication. Whether you're a seasoned professional seeking to refine your persuasion skills or a novice looking to unlock the secrets of influence, this book is your definitive resource for mastering the art of persuasion. Chapter 1: The Psychology of Persuasion. Understanding the intricacies of human psychology is paramount to mastering the art of persuasion. This chapter delves into the foundational principles that underpin the psychology of persuasion, offering insights into how individuals are influenced and motivated to act in specific ways. At the forefront of our exploration is the work of renowned psychologist Dr. Robert Cialdini, whose seminal book, Influence: The Psychology of Persuasion, revolutionized our understanding of human behavior. Cialdini identified 6 key principles of persuasion which serve as the cornerstone of our discussion. 1. Reciprocity. The principle of reciprocity suggests that individuals feel compelled to reciprocate favors or gestures given to them. By initiating a positive action or providing value to others, individuals are more likely to feel obligated to return the favor. 2. Commitment and consistency. People have a natural inclination to remain consistent with their past actions, beliefs, and commitments. Once individuals commit to a particular course of action or belief, they are more likely to uphold it even in the face of new information or challenges. 3. Social proof. Humans are inherently social creatures who look to others for guidance on how to behave in ambiguous or unfamiliar situations. The principle of social proof suggests that individuals are more likely to adopt certain behaviors or beliefs if they see others, especially those they admire or identify with, engaging in similar actions. 4. Authority. Individuals are inclined to defer to authority figures or those perceived as experts in a given domain. The principle of authority asserts that people are more likely to comply with requests or suggestions from individuals who possess legitimate expertise, credentials, or perceived authority. 5. Liking. Likability plays a significant role in persuasion as individuals are more receptive to messages or requests from those they know, trust, or admire. The principle of liking emphasizes the importance of building rapport, establishing common ground, and fostering positive connections with others to enhance persuasive efforts. 6. Scarcity. The principle of scarcity highlights the allure of rare, limited, or exclusive opportunities. When resources or opportunities are perceived as scarce or in high demand, individuals are motivated to take action to secure them before they are unavailable. Throughout this chapter, we will explore each of these principles in greater detail, examining real-world examples and psychological studies that illustrate their influence on human behavior. By understanding the psychological mechanisms that drive persuasion, readers can gain valuable insights into how to ethically influence others and achieve their goals effectively. Chapter 2: Understanding Cognitive Biases. In the realm of persuasion, cognitive biases wield a profound influence on human decision-making processes. This chapter delves into the fascinating world of cognitive biases, exploring how these inherent mental shortcuts and deviations from rationality shape our perceptions, judgments, and behaviors. Cognitive biases are systematic patterns of deviation from rationality or logical reasoning that occur due to mental shortcuts, social influences, or emotional factors. While these biases often serve as adaptive mechanisms that help us navigate complex environments efficiently, they can also lead to errors in judgment and decision-making. One prominent cognitive bias is the confirmation bias, wherein individuals tend to seek out information that confirms their existing beliefs or hypotheses while disregarding contradictory evidence. This bias can perpetuate misinformation and reinforce entrenched viewpoints, making it challenging to engage in objective analysis or consider alternative perspectives. Another prevalent bias is the availability heuristic, which involves making judgments based on the ease with which relevant information comes to mind. When individuals rely on this heuristic, they may overestimate the likelihood of events or outcomes that are readily available in their memory, leading to distorted perceptions of risk or probability. The anchoring bias illustrates how initial pieces of information, known as anchors, can exert a disproportionate influence on subsequent judgments or decisions. Individuals often rely heavily on these initial reference points, even when they are arbitrary or irrelevant, leading to systematic errors in estimation or negotiation. Furthermore, the scarcity heuristic underscores the tendency to assign greater value to items or opportunities that are perceived as scarce or in limited supply. This bias can drive individuals to pursue scarce resources more fervently, whether it's a rare collectible item or an exclusive offer, even if the actual value may not justify such pursuit. By understanding the various cognitive biases that shape human cognition, communicators can tailor their persuasive efforts to mitigate these biases and enhance the effectiveness of their messages. Through awareness and strategic communication tactics, individuals can leverage cognitive biases to ethically influence others while fostering critical thinking and informed decision-making. Chapter 3: Building Rapport and Trust. Building rapport and establishing trust are essential components of effective persuasion. In this chapter, we explore the strategies and techniques that enable communicators to forge genuine connections with their audience, fostering mutual understanding and credibility. Rapport refers to the harmonious relationship and mutual respect established between individuals through shared experiences, empathy, and open communication. By building rapport, communicators create a conducive environment for persuasion wherein their audience feels valued, understood, and receptive to their message. One fundamental strategy for building rapport is active listening. By attentively listening to others' perspectives, concerns, and emotions, communicators demonstrate empathy and respect, laying the groundwork for meaningful dialogue and collaboration. Additionally, paraphrasing and reflecting on the speaker's words can signal understanding and validation, further strengthening rapport. Empathy plays a crucial role in rapport building as it involves understanding and sharing others' emotions and perspectives. Communicators who demonstrate empathy convey authenticity and sincerity, fostering trust and rapport with their audience. Empathetic gestures, such as acknowledging others' feelings and experiences, can deepen connections and enhance persuasive influence. Nonverbal communication also plays a significant role in building rapport. Body language, facial expressions, and vocal tone convey subtle cues about communicators' intentions, attitudes, and emotions. By maintaining open body language, making eye contact, and mirroring the posture and gestures of their audience, communicators can establish rapport and build trust. Consistency and reliability are essential for fostering trust in persuasive communication. Communicators who uphold their promises, follow through on commitments, and maintain integrity in their actions cultivate trustworthiness and credibility. Trust is built over time through consistent behavior and transparent communication, reinforcing the foundation of rapport established between communicators and their audience. Ultimately, building rapport and trust is not merely about persuasion, but about cultivating meaningful connections and fostering genuine relationships. By prioritizing empathy, active listening, and authenticity in their interactions, communicators can lay the groundwork for effective persuasion while nurturing trust and mutual respect with their audience. Chapter 4: Mastering Nonverbal Communication. In the realm of persuasion, nonverbal communication plays a pivotal role in conveying messages, establishing rapport, and influencing perceptions. This chapter explores the nuances of nonverbal communication and provides insights into how communicators can leverage nonverbal cues to enhance their persuasive effectiveness. Nonverbal communication encompasses a wide array of cues, including body language, facial expressions, gestures, vocal tone, and proxemics, the use of space. These nonverbal cues often convey subconscious messages that complement or contradict verbal communication, shaping how messages are interpreted and received. Body language is a potent form of nonverbal communication that can convey emotions, attitudes, and intentions. Posture, gestures, and facial expressions can convey confidence, sincerity, and engagement, enhancing communicators' credibility and persuasiveness. By maintaining open and confident body language, communicators can project authority and establish rapport with their audience. Facial expressions play a crucial role in conveying emotions and signaling sincerity. Genuine smiles, attentive gazes, and facial expressions that match verbal messages can enhance trust and rapport, while incongruent expressions may undermine credibility and authenticity. Communicators should be mindful of their facial expressions and strive for congruence between verbal and nonverbal cues. Vocal tone and intonation also contribute to nonverbal communication, conveying emotions, emphasis, and meaning. Variations in pitch, volume, and tempo can convey enthusiasm, conviction, or empathy, influencing how messages are perceived and received. By modulating their vocal delivery to match the content and context of their message, communicators can enhance their persuasive impact. Proxemics, or the use of personal space, can also influence interpersonal dynamics and perceptions of power and intimacy. Understanding cultural norms and individual preferences regarding personal space can help communicators navigate social interactions and establish rapport with diverse audiences. Additionally, nonverbal cues such as eye contact, mirroring, and nodding can signal attentiveness, empathy, and agreement, fostering rapport and engagement. By paying attention to these subtle cues and adjusting their nonverbal behavior accordingly, communicators can enhance their persuasive effectiveness and build stronger connections with their audience. In summary, mastering nonverbal communication is essential for effective persuasion. By understanding the impact of body language, facial expressions, vocal tone, and proxemics, communicators can enhance their credibility, establish rapport, and influence perceptions, ultimately increasing their persuasive impact. Chapter 5: Crafting Compelling Arguments. Crafting compelling arguments is central to persuasive communication. This chapter explores the strategies and techniques that communicators can employ to construct persuasive messages that resonate with their audience and effectively convey their intended message. A persuasive argument is built upon a foundation of sound reasoning, evidence, and rhetorical strategies designed to appeal to the audience's emotions, logic, and values. Effective communicators strategically select and structure their arguments to address the needs, concerns, and beliefs of their audience, maximizing the likelihood of persuasion. One key strategy for crafting compelling arguments is to begin with a clear and persuasive thesis statement that succinctly summarizes the main point or proposition of the argument. This thesis statement serves as the focal point around which the rest of the argument revolves, providing clarity and direction for the audience. Supporting evidence plays a crucial role in bolstering the credibility and persuasiveness of an argument. Communicators should draw upon a variety of sources, including empirical research, expert testimony, statistical data, and anecdotal evidence, to support their claims and strengthen their argumentative appeal. In addition to evidence, rhetorical devices and persuasive techniques can enhance the effectiveness of arguments by appealing to the audience's emotions, values, and sense of identity. Techniques such as storytelling, analogy, metaphor, and vivid imagery can captivate the audience's attention and evoke powerful emotional responses, making the argument more memorable and persuasive. Furthermore, anticipating and addressing counterarguments is essential for building a robust and persuasive argument. By acknowledging potential objections or alternative viewpoints and presenting counterarguments or rebuttals, communicators demonstrate thoroughness and integrity, enhancing their credibility and persuasiveness. Structuring the argument logically and coherently is also critical for persuasive communication. Communicators should organize their arguments into clear, sequential sections, with each section building upon the preceding one to reinforce the overall argumentative framework and guide the audience toward the desired conclusion. Ultimately, crafting compelling arguments requires a combination of strategic thinking, rhetorical skills, and empathy for the audience's perspective. By leveraging evidence, rhetorical devices, and logical reasoning, communicators can construct persuasive messages that resonate with their audience and inspire action. Chapter 6: Leveraging Social Proof and Authority. Social proof and authority are powerful psychological principles that can significantly influence human behavior and decision-making. This chapter explores how communicators can leverage these principles to enhance their persuasive effectiveness and achieve their communication goals. Social proof refers to the tendency for individuals to conform to the actions or beliefs of others, particularly in ambiguous or uncertain situations. People look to the behaviors and attitudes of others as a guide for their behavior, assuming that if others are doing or believing something, it must be the correct course of action. Communicators can leverage social proof by providing evidence of widespread acceptance, endorsement, or adoption of their message or proposition. Testimonials, reviews, case studies, and statistics demonstrating the popularity or success of a product, service, or idea can serve as powerful forms of social proof, increasing the perceived credibility and desirability of the message. Additionally, communicators can use social proof cues such as crowd counts, user ratings, or social media shares to signal popularity and validate their message. By highlighting the collective support or endorsement of their message, communicators can tap into the psychological phenomenon of social proof to sway opinions and motivate action. Authority is another influential principle of persuasion, which suggests that individuals are more likely to comply with requests or recommendations from perceived authorities or experts in a given domain. People naturally defer to those who possess expertise, credibility, or status, assuming that their knowledge or position grants them greater insight or authority. Communicators can leverage authority by positioning themselves or their message as coming from a credible and trustworthy source. This may involve citing reputable experts, institutions, or organizations that endorse or support the communicator's message, enhancing its perceived validity and persuasiveness. Furthermore, communicators can establish their authority by showcasing their expertise, credentials, or relevant experience in the subject matter. Demonstrating competence and authority builds trust and confidence in the communicator's message, increasing its persuasive impact. By strategically leveraging social proof and authority, communicators can enhance their persuasive effectiveness and influence others' attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors. Whether through testimonials, endorsements, or expert opinions, harnessing the power of social proof and authority can amplify the impact of persuasive communication and drive desired outcomes. Chapter 7: Utilizing Emotional Appeals. Emotions play a significant role in decision-making and behavior, making emotional appeals a potent tool in persuasive communication. This chapter explores how communicators can harness the power of emotions to engage their audience, evoke empathy, and motivate action. Emotional appeals leverage the full spectrum of human emotions, including joy, fear, anger, sadness, and hope, to elicit a desired response from the audience. By tapping into the audience's emotions, communicators can create a compelling narrative that resonates on a visceral level, fostering empathy and connection. One effective strategy for utilizing emotional appeals is storytelling. Narratives have a unique ability to evoke emotions, transport the audience into different experiences, and forge emotional connections with characters and situations. By crafting stories that highlight the human experience, communicators can create a memorable and impactful message that resonates with their audience. Empathy is another powerful emotional appeal that fosters understanding, compassion, and connection between communicators and their audience. By acknowledging and validating the audience's emotions, communicators can demonstrate empathy and build rapport, establishing a foundation of trust and receptivity for their message. Fear appeals are commonly used in persuasive communication to highlight potential risks, consequences, or threats associated with failing to take a desired action. By evoking fear, communicators can motivate individuals to take preventive measures, adopt recommended behaviors, or support proposed solutions to mitigate perceived risks. Conversely, appeals to hope, optimism, and aspiration can inspire individuals to pursue positive outcomes, embrace change, and strive for a better future. By painting a compelling vision of what could be achieved through collective action or personal transformation, communicators can mobilize their audience toward a shared goal or ideal. However, communicators need to use emotional appeals ethically and responsibly, avoiding manipulation or exploitation of emotions for personal gain. Authenticity, sincerity, and empathy are key pillars of effective emotional appeals, ensuring that communicators connect with their audience on a genuine and meaningful level. By strategically utilizing emotional appeals in their persuasive communication efforts, communicators can engage their audience, evoke empathy, and inspire action. Whether through storytelling, empathy, fear appeals, or appeals to hope, emotional appeals have the power to move hearts and minds, driving positive change and achieving communication objectives. Chapter 8: Overcoming Objections. In the realm of persuasion, overcoming objections is a critical skill that communicators must master to navigate resistance and skepticism effectively. This chapter explores strategies and techniques for addressing and resolving objections, enabling communicators to build trust, alleviate concerns, and advance their persuasive goals. Objections arise when individuals express doubts, reservations, or disagreements regarding the communicator's message, proposition, or request. These objections may stem from various factors, including misconceptions, conflicting beliefs, perceived risks, or prior negative experiences. Effectively addressing objections requires communicators to listen attentively, empathize with the audience's concerns, and provide relevant information or reassurance to alleviate doubts. One approach for overcoming objections is to anticipate and preemptively address potential concerns before they are raised by the audience. By proactively addressing common objections and providing preemptive rebuttals or clarifications, communicators can demonstrate thoroughness and foresight, instilling confidence in their message and preempting potential resistance. Active listening is another crucial skill for overcoming objections, as it enables communicators to understand the underlying reasons behind the audience's objections and tailor their responses accordingly. By listening attentively to the audience's concerns, asking clarifying questions, and acknowledging their perspectives, communicators can demonstrate empathy and build rapport, laying the groundwork for effective objection handling. Empathetic validation is essential for addressing objections empathetically. Communicators acknowledge and validate the audience's concerns, demonstrating understanding and empathy for their perspective. By acknowledging the validity of the audience's concerns and addressing them with empathy and sincerity, communicators can build trust and credibility, fostering receptivity to their message. Providing relevant information, evidence, or testimonials can also help overcome objections by addressing the audience's concerns and providing reassurance. By presenting credible evidence, statistics, or testimonials that support the communicator's message or proposition, communicators can alleviate doubts and bolster the persuasiveness of their argument. Furthermore, reframing objections as opportunities for mutual exploration and problem-solving can shift the conversation from confrontation to collaboration. By reframing objections as valid concerns that warrant discussion and exploration, communicators can foster a constructive dialogue and work collaboratively with the audience to address their concerns and advance shared goals. Ultimately, overcoming objections requires a combination of active listening, empathetic validation, and strategic communication tactics. By anticipating concerns, listening empathetically, providing relevant information, and reframing objections as opportunities for collaboration, communicators can navigate resistance effectively and advance their persuasive goals. Chapter 9: The Power of Framing. Framing is a powerful persuasive technique that involves presenting information in a way that shapes the audience's perception, interpretation, and response. This chapter explores how communicators can leverage framing to influence attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors effectively. At its core, framing involves selecting and emphasizing certain aspects of an issue or message while downplaying or omitting others. By framing information in a particular context or perspective, communicators can influence how the audience perceives the relevance, importance, and implications of the message. One common framing technique is to highlight the benefits or positive outcomes associated with a particular course of action or decision. By framing the message in terms of gains, opportunities, or rewards, communicators can appeal to the audience's aspirations, desires, and motivations, increasing the perceived value and attractiveness of the proposition. Conversely, framing can also involve emphasizing the risks, costs, or negative consequences of failing to take a desired action. By highlighting potential losses, threats, or missed opportunities, communicators can evoke a sense of urgency or necessity, motivating the audience to take preventive measures or support proposed solutions. Framing can also influence perceptions by framing the issue in terms of its broader implications, societal impacts, or moral considerations. By framing the message in a way that appeals to the audience's values, beliefs, or sense of justice, communicators can evoke empathy, solidarity, or a sense of responsibility, mobilizing support for their cause or initiative. Additionally, framing can involve using metaphors, analogies, or symbolic language to convey complex ideas or concepts in a more accessible and relatable manner. Metaphorical framing can evoke vivid imagery, emotional resonance, and cognitive associations, making the message more memorable and persuasive. However, communicators must be mindful of the ethical implications of framing and avoid misleading or deceptive framing tactics. Responsible framing involves presenting information accurately, transparently, and in a manner that respects the audience's autonomy and intellect. By strategically framing their messages to resonate with the audience's values, motivations, and perceptions, communicators can enhance the persuasiveness of their communication efforts. Whether by highlighting benefits, emphasizing risks, appealing to moral considerations, or using metaphorical language, framing enables communicators to shape perceptions, influence attitudes, and drive desired outcomes. Chapter 10: Navigating Ethical Considerations. In the pursuit of persuasion, communicators must navigate a complex landscape of ethical considerations to ensure their messages are honest, respectful, and responsible. This chapter explores the ethical challenges faced by communicators and offers guidance on upholding ethical principles in persuasive communication. Ethical communication involves adhering to principles of honesty, integrity, transparency, and respect for others' autonomy and dignity. Communicators have a moral obligation to ensure that their messages are truthful, accurate, and free from manipulation or coercion, regardless of their persuasive intent. One ethical consideration in persuasive communication is transparency, which involves being open and honest about the communicator's intentions, motives, and biases. Communicators should disclose any potential conflicts of interest, affiliations, or vested interests that may influence their message or agenda, enabling the audience to make informed decisions. Respect for autonomy is another ethical principle that requires communicators to respect individuals' right to make their own choices and decisions free from undue influence or manipulation. Communicators should empower the audience to critically evaluate information, weigh alternative viewpoints, and make independent judgments based on their values and beliefs. Additionally, communicators must consider the potential impact of their messages on vulnerable or marginalized populations, ensuring that their communication efforts do not perpetuate stereotypes, discrimination, or harm. Sensitivity to cultural differences, power dynamics, and social inequalities is essential for promoting inclusivity and equity in persuasive communication. Furthermore, communicators should strive to uphold the dignity and privacy of individuals by respecting their personal boundaries, confidentiality, and consent. Collecting and using personal data ethically, obtaining informed consent, and protecting individuals' privacy rights are essential practices for maintaining trust and credibility in persuasive communication. Navigating ethical considerations in persuasive communication requires vigilance, integrity, and a commitment to ethical principles. Communicators must continually assess the potential impact of their messages on individuals, communities, and society as a whole, striving to promote honesty, integrity, and respect in all communication endeavors. By upholding ethical standards and fostering trust and credibility, communicators can achieve their persuasive goals while promoting the common good and societal well-being. Chapter 11: Persuasion in Negotiations. Negotiation is a fundamental aspect of human interaction, requiring communicators to employ persuasive tactics to achieve mutually beneficial agreements. This chapter explores the principles of persuasion in negotiations and offers strategies for achieving successful outcomes through effective communication and negotiation techniques. Effective negotiation requires communicators to understand the interests, priorities, and constraints of all parties involved while advocating for their own objectives and goals. Persuasion plays a pivotal role in negotiations by influencing perceptions, building trust, and fostering cooperation among negotiators. One key principle of persuasion in negotiations is the importance of establishing rapport and building trust with the other party. By demonstrating empathy, active listening, and respect for the other party's perspective, negotiators can create a collaborative atmosphere conducive to constructive dialogue and problem-solving. Another critical aspect of persuasion in negotiations is the ability to frame arguments and proposals in a way that resonates with the interests and priorities of the other party. By highlighting shared objectives, emphasizing common ground, and framing concessions as opportunities for mutual gain, negotiators can increase the likelihood of reaching a favorable agreement. Effective communication skills are essential for persuasion in negotiations, as negotiators must articulate their position clearly, assertively, and persuasively while remaining open to feedback and compromise. Active listening, paraphrasing, and asking clarifying questions can help negotiators demonstrate understanding and empathy, paving the way for productive negotiation outcomes. Negotiators must also be adept at managing conflict and addressing objections in negotiations. By acknowledging and validating the other party's concerns, exploring alternative solutions, and reframing contentious issues as opportunities for creative problem-solving, negotiators can overcome obstacles and move toward mutually acceptable agreements. Furthermore, negotiators should be mindful of ethical considerations in negotiations, ensuring that their persuasive tactics are honest, respectful, and fair. Transparency, integrity, and a commitment to mutual benefit are essential for building trust and credibility in negotiations, fostering long-term relationships and sustainable agreements. In summary, persuasion is a cornerstone of successful negotiations, enabling negotiators to influence perceptions, build trust, and achieve mutually beneficial outcomes. By understanding the principles of persuasion, honing their communication skills, and embracing ethical practices, negotiators can navigate complex negotiations effectively and achieve their desired objectives. Chapter 12: Influence and Leadership. Leadership involves not only guiding and inspiring others but also persuading them to embrace a shared vision and work towards common goals. This chapter explores the role of influence in leadership and offers insights into how effective leaders leverage persuasion to motivate, inspire, and empower their teams. Influence is a central component of effective leadership, as leaders must be able to persuade others to follow their guidance, adopt their vision, and commit to collective objectives. Persuasion enables leaders to shape attitudes, behaviors, and organizational culture, driving positive change and achieving shared outcomes. One key aspect of influence in leadership is the ability to articulate a compelling vision and communicate it persuasively to others. Effective leaders inspire confidence and enthusiasm by painting a vivid picture of the future, highlighting the benefits and opportunities associated with pursuing the vision and rallying support from stakeholders. Building trust and credibility is essential for influence in leadership, as followers are more likely to embrace the leader's vision and direction if they trust their integrity, competence, and intentions. Leaders demonstrate authenticity, transparency, and consistency in their actions, fostering trust and confidence among their team members. Empathy and emotional intelligence are also critical for influence in leadership, as leaders must understand the needs, concerns, and motivations of their team members and tailor their communication and leadership approach accordingly. By demonstrating empathy, active listening, and genuine concern for their team's well-being, leaders can build rapport and foster loyalty and commitment. Strategic persuasion tactics, such as framing, storytelling, and social proof, can enhance the leader's ability to influence others effectively. By framing messages in a way that resonates with the audience's values and aspirations, telling stories that evoke emotion and inspire action, and providing evidence of success and progress, leaders can maximize their persuasive impact and mobilize their team towards achieving shared objectives. However, effective leadership influence also requires ethical considerations, as leaders must ensure that their persuasive tactics are honest, respectful, and aligned with the organization's values and principles. Leaders who uphold integrity, transparency, and accountability in their communication and decision-making inspire trust and loyalty among their followers, fostering a positive organizational culture and driving long-term success. In summary, influence is a fundamental aspect of leadership, enabling leaders to motivate, inspire, and empower others to achieve collective goals. By mastering persuasion techniques, building trust and credibility, demonstrating empathy and emotional intelligence, and upholding ethical principles, leaders can maximize their influence and create positive change within their organizations and communities. Chapter 13: Persuasive Communication in Marketing. In the dynamic landscape of marketing, persuasive communication is essential for capturing attention, engaging audiences, and driving desired actions. This chapter explores the principles of persuasive communication in marketing and offers insights into how marketers can effectively influence consumer behavior and achieve marketing objectives. Persuasive communication in marketing involves crafting messages, content, and campaigns that resonate with target audiences, address their needs and desires, and compel them to take action. Whether persuading consumers to make a purchase, sign up for a service, or support a cause, marketers must understand the psychological factors that drive consumer decision-making and tailor their communication strategies accordingly. One key principle of persuasive communication in marketing is understanding the audience's motivations, preferences, and pain points. By conducting market research, gathering data, and segmenting audiences based on demographics, psychographics, and behavior, marketers can develop targeted messaging that speaks directly to the needs and desires of their target audience segments. Creating compelling messaging and content is essential for persuasive communication in marketing. Marketers should craft messages that resonate emotionally, appeal to the audience's aspirations, and offer solutions to their problems or challenges. Visuals, storytelling, and testimonials can enhance the persuasive impact of marketing messages, capturing attention and fostering engagement. Social proof and testimonials are powerful persuasive tools in marketing, as they provide evidence of a product or service's value and credibility. By showcasing positive reviews, endorsements, and user-generated content, marketers can build trust and confidence in their brand, increasing the likelihood of conversion and customer loyalty. Urgency and scarcity are persuasive tactics commonly used in marketing to motivate action and create a sense of FOMO, fear of missing out, among consumers. Limited-time offers, exclusive deals, and countdown timers can create a sense of urgency, prompting consumers to act quickly to secure the perceived benefits or rewards. Furthermore, marketers can leverage persuasive communication techniques such as storytelling, social proof, and authority to differentiate their brand from competitors and position themselves as industry leaders. By creating a unique brand narrative, establishing credibility, and demonstrating expertise, marketers can build brand equity and attract loyal customers. However, ethical considerations are paramount in persuasive communication in marketing, as marketers must ensure that their tactics are honest, transparent, and respectful of consumers' rights and autonomy. Marketers should avoid deceptive or manipulative tactics that exploit consumers' vulnerabilities or mislead them about the value or benefits of a product or service. In summary, persuasive communication is a cornerstone of effective marketing, enabling marketers to capture attention, engage audiences, and drive desired actions. By understanding the principles of persuasive communication, tailoring messaging to the audience's needs and preferences, and upholding ethical standards, marketers can create compelling campaigns that resonate with consumers and achieve marketing success. Chapter 14: Ethical Considerations in Persuasive Communication. In the realm of persuasive communication, ethical considerations play a crucial role in ensuring that messages are honest, transparent, and respectful of individuals' rights and autonomy. This chapter explores the ethical challenges faced by communicators in persuasive communication and offers guidance on upholding ethical principles in their communication efforts. Ethical communication requires communicators to prioritize truthfulness, integrity, and accountability in their messaging and interactions. Communicators have a responsibility to ensure that their messages are accurate, reliable, and free from deception or manipulation, regardless of their persuasive intent. One ethical consideration in persuasive communication is transparency, which involves being open and honest about the communicator's motives, intentions, and biases. Communicators should disclose any potential conflicts of interest, affiliations, or vested interests that may influence their message or agenda, enabling the audience to make informed decisions. Respect for autonomy is another ethical principle that requires communicators to respect individuals' right to make their own choices and decisions free from undue influence or coercion. Communicators should empower the audience to critically evaluate information, weigh alternative viewpoints, and make independent judgments based on their own values and beliefs. Additionally, communicators must consider the potential impact of their messages on vulnerable or marginalized populations, ensuring that their communication efforts do not perpetuate stereotypes, discrimination, or harm. Sensitivity to cultural differences, power dynamics, and social inequalities is essential for promoting inclusivity and equity in persuasive communication. Furthermore, communicators should strive to uphold the dignity and privacy of individuals by respecting their personal boundaries, confidentiality, and consent. Collecting and using personal data ethically, obtaining informed consent, and protecting individuals' privacy rights are essential practices for maintaining trust and credibility in persuasive communication. Navigating ethical considerations in persuasive communication requires vigilance, integrity, and a commitment to ethical principles. Communicators must continually assess the potential impact of their messages on individuals, communities, and society as a whole, striving to promote honesty, integrity, and respect in all communication endeavors. By upholding ethical standards and fostering trust and credibility, communicators can achieve their persuasive goals while promoting the common good and societal well-being. Chapter 15: The Future of Persuasive Communication. As we navigate an increasingly interconnected and complex world, the landscape of persuasive communication continues to evolve, presenting new opportunities and challenges for communicators. This final chapter explores emerging trends and technologies shaping the future of persuasive communication and offers insights into how communicators can adapt and thrive in this dynamic environment. One significant trend shaping the future of persuasive communication is the rise of digital and social media platforms as dominant channels for information dissemination and engagement. With the proliferation of social networks, streaming services, and online communities, communicators must adapt their strategies to effectively reach and engage audiences in digital spaces. Personalization and targeted messaging are becoming increasingly important in persuasive communication as audiences expect tailored content and experiences that resonate with their individual preferences and interests. Advancements in data analytics, artificial intelligence, and machine learning enable communicators to gather insights about audience behavior and preferences, allowing for more personalized and relevant communication strategies. Interactive and immersive technologies, such as virtual reality (VR) and augmented reality (AR), offer new opportunities for engaging audiences and delivering persuasive messages in captivating and memorable ways. Communicators can leverage these technologies to create immersive brand experiences, interactive storytelling campaigns, and virtual product demonstrations that leave a lasting impression on audiences. Ethical considerations in persuasive communication are likely to remain a central focus as communicators navigate evolving technologies and communication channels. With concerns about privacy, data security, and misinformation on the rise, communicators must uphold ethical standards and transparency in their communication efforts to maintain trust and credibility with their audiences. In addition to technological advancements, societal shifts and cultural movements will continue to influence the practice of persuasive communication. Communicators must stay attuned to changing attitudes, values, and preferences among their target audiences and adapt their messaging and strategies accordingly to remain relevant and effective. Ultimately, the future of persuasive communication lies in the hands of innovative and adaptable communicators who embrace new technologies, uphold ethical standards, and remain responsive to the evolving needs and preferences of their audiences. By leveraging emerging trends and technologies while staying true to core principles of honesty, transparency, and respect, communicators can continue to drive positive change and achieve their persuasive goals in the years to come. Conclusion. In the realm of persuasive communication, the ability to influence attitudes, beliefs, and behaviors is paramount for achieving personal, professional, and societal objectives. Throughout this book, we have explored the principles, strategies, and ethical considerations that underpin effective persuasive communication across various contexts and disciplines. From understanding the psychology of persuasion to leveraging communication techniques and emerging technologies, communicators have a vast array of tools at their disposal to engage audiences, build trust, and drive positive outcomes. However, with these opportunities come ethical responsibilities, as communicators must navigate complex ethical considerations to ensure that their messages are honest, transparent, and respectful of individuals' rights and autonomy. As we look to the future of persuasive communication, it is clear that technological advancements, societal shifts, and cultural movements will continue to shape the landscape in profound ways. Communicators must remain agile, adaptive, and committed to upholding ethical standards as they navigate these changes and strive to achieve their persuasive goals. Ultimately, the true power of persuasive communication lies not just in its ability to influence behavior, but in its capacity to foster understanding, empathy, and connection among individuals and communities. By embracing the principles of honesty, integrity, and respect, communicators can harness the power of persuasion to drive positive change and create a better world for all. Thank you for reading this book. Vahid Zekavati.